Good evening, students. I am Mrs. Parvati, PGT Physics, Holy Hearts Educational Academy, Raipur, Chhattisgarh. I am here with the topic integration. What is integration? Integrity. Integration means summation. We are adding up. Why don't you call it up addition? Then because the large group of things we are going to add up. Very difficult to add up all these more and more quantities. So this integration has been given. Integration is nothing but summation of large quantity in number, large in number. Right? Integration means summation. So the symbol of integration is also S. Just stretch it. That is S for summation. So the symbol of integration is that stretched S. Okay, I'll show it to you. What is the formula? When you want to integrate the quantities, what is the formula? The formula is integral, we call it as, the symbol we call it as integral. The integral x raised to n dx. There are two types of integrals actually. One is called definite integral, another is called indefinite integral. We are doing now first indefinite integrals. That means for the answer what we got, we don't know what is the definite answer. So that is why it is called indefinite integrals. Okay. So the formula for integration is very easy. All the formula please learn from NCERT book. It is given clearly, like differentiation you write in the copy also, all the formula of integration as well as differentiation. Okay. So here we write the formula like this. How? See here, integral x raised to n dx is given by x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus constant c, where c is constant. And this is applicable only for all values of n except only one value not applicable, where n is equal to minus 1, it is not applicable very clearly. I'll tell you then what formula we have to apply if it is n is equal to minus 1. Once again, what is the formula for integral x raised to n dx? X raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c, where c is integration constant. Right? Okay. Now, this formula is applicable only for all values of n except only one value not applicable, that is n is equal to minus 1. Okay. Why? Because what is the reason? If n is equal to minus 1 is there, then how? See here, I am proving that why it is not applicable. X raised to minus 1 dx. What is the formula? X raised to minus 1 plus 1 upon minus 1 plus 1. What is the answer? X raised to 0 upon 0 not defined. So this formula is not applicable for n is equal to minus 1 here. Okay. So in most of the cases, the value of constant is negligible as compared to the first term. So we ignore, we don't write the constant c in most of the cases. But in radioactivity topic in 12th class it will come. We don't ignore the constant c, we will find out the value of c also in 12th class. Okay. So but in 11th class wherever we use, in general, we don't write the constant value in physics. Why? Because the value of C is negligible compared to the first term. That is why we don't write generally here. But you should write. Okay. For the general formula, you have to write down here. So let us, integral sin x dx is minus cos x. Integral dx by x. If x is equal to minus 1, then what formula? Integral dx by x is log x. It is the inverse of what? Differentiation formula here. Okay. So integral dx by x is log x here. It's clear? And integral cos x is sin x. Integral sin x dx is minus cos x. All the formula I told you, you have to write down 10 formula and you have to study. Right? So let us solve an example. What is example? Example 1. Solve x raised to 3 dx. How can you solve? X raised to 3 plus 1 upon 3 plus 1 plus c, that is x raised to 4 upon 4 plus c here. Second example, see, integral x raised to 4 plus 1 by x dx. Two terms are there. Then again as usual separate this and then we have to integrate here. Integral x raised to 4 dx plus integral dx by x. What is integral x raised to 4 dx here? X raised to 4 plus 1 upon 4 plus 1 plus dx by x is log x. So what is the answer? X raised to 5 upon 5 plus log x plus c, integration constant. Got my point? In this way, we study the integration very easy, children. Just simply you have to apply the formula. What formula? X raised to n dx. Integral x raised to n dx is nothing but x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. If you know this formula, and all the problems are very easy to solve. Okay. Now, definite integrals. What do you mean by definite integral? Answer, it has got a definite value, a numeral value. How can you find out? Let us take one example and we will understand the concept here. What is definite integral? We know the value of x also at the end. In numeral it will come. How? For example, if the value of x is varying, it is a variable, that is why we are integrating. So, when we integrate the value of x, it has got some minimum value and maximum value. That is, it has a limit from minimum to maximum. Okay. So, first you have to apply the upper limit in the answer after integration, then minus lower limit. So, how it is applicable? Let us study with one example. In this example, see here clearly, evaluate x raised to a to b, the value of x is varying from a to b, and x square dx. You know how to integrate x square dx. X raised to 2 plus 1 upon 2 plus 1, and the limits are a to b, changing. Then 1 by 3 you take outside, x cube, and the limits are a to b. First you apply the upper limit in place of x, then minus lower limit. That is the definite integral. So 1 by 3 here in place of x, what I will write first here? B cube minus a cube. In this way we have to study. Now example 2. Integral sin x dx. But the value of x is varying from 0 to pi by 2. Okay. Then how do you integrate this here? Integral sin x is, just now I said, minus of cos x. Minus you take outside, and the limits of x are from 0 to pi by 2. First you have to again apply the upper limit, then minus lower limit. So minus of cos pi by 2 minus cos 0. What is cos pi by 2? Cos 90 value 0 minus cos 0, that is 1. Minus 1 into minus 1. Answer is plus 1. Okay. Then the third example is solve integral 2x square plus 3x plus 1 dx. Again, separate all these things here. Come on, separate 2 into x square dx, 3 into x dx plus 1 into x. It is not x, there is nothing. 1 means x raised to 0 we can write. Anything to the power of 1 is always, anything to the power of 0 is always 1. Anything to the power of 0 is always 1. X raised to 0 is 1. Okay. So now let us apply the integration again. 2 into x raised to 2 plus 1 upon 2 plus 1. What are the limits here? 1 to 2. Here 3 into x raised to 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus 1. Again limits 1 to 2 plus 1 into. Here you take care. X raised to 0 plus 1 upon 0 plus 1. Limits are 1 to 2. When you integrate the constant term, it is not 0. Whereas in differentiation, it is 0. But in integration, you will add up one more variable here. That is x only it will be. Okay. So, now simplify this. 2 by 3 x cube 1 to 2 limit. 3 by 2 x square 1 to 2 limit. And x to the power of 1, x limits 1 to 2 here. Apply the upper limit, then minus lower limit here. 2 cube minus 1 cube. And 2 square minus 1 square, 2 minus 1. If you simplify this, you will get the answer. You know how much? 61 by 6 you will get. Take the LCM of all these things and you will get 61 by 6. It's clear? So, in this way, we will study. Once again, see what do you mean by definite integral? Definite integral is nothing but we have to apply the limits. Lower limit to the upper limit here. The variables are varying from lower value to the minimum value to the maximum value, and we are obtaining first upper limit we apply, then minus lower limit after integration. Okay children, so in this way we have to study the practical all the formulae and all here. and applications also we have studied. Practice it. Practice makes man perfect, you know it. So in any reference book you take, and take the examples and solve it and verify it here. Okay, see you soon. Bye bye children.